Hi guys, welcome back to the Bear Elite channel. Now we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be going over all the reasons why, well, some of the reasons, why Warhammer 40k Space Marines 2 was such a good game. Now this is all purely my opinion, obviously nothing is 100%, but I'll just be listing a few of the reasons why I really enjoy the game and why you might too really enjoy the game. And I know it's a bit of an older game now, and most people have played it. But the few of you that haven't, strap in and we'll see. Now, I always like to get the really, really boring parts out of the way first. And no matter how boring it is, still important. It's how the game performs. All the hours I played, I have not experienced any issues. Obviously, you get the few sort of drags here and there, a little bit of maybe stutter, but few and far between. You are very rare that you will see any of that sort of stuff. You will probably experience it a little bit, but that's, you know, it's you might see it once every 4 hours, or when you run into a game. I will say, performance-wise, not actual performance, because the game does perform rather well. When you first do join certain lobbies or something like that, the optimization on them isn't always ideal. I have had a few PvP games where it's loaded me into servers where my ping has just been absolutely ridiculous, like 200, 300 plus. But again, it's quite rare that happens. If I'm playing for 5 hours, I'll probably have 2, maybe 3 servers that are like that. It's nothing crazy, and it's still playable. Obviously, you just do face a bit more of the lag and stuff like that. Overall, nothing bad about this section. I genuinely did really enjoy it. Graphics were beautiful. Performance was good. PvE, incredibly responsive. Very, very enjoyable. We'll be going a bit more in depth in that in a little bit. But overall performance, perfect. I loved it. It was great. Now, the exciting part. Why do you play Warhammer 40k Space Marines 2? You play it to be a badass angel of death fighting for the Imperium against all sorts of threats, particularly heretics, tyrannids in this game. Obviously, as we saw in Space Marines 1, orcs, whatnot, stuff like that. But we are here to talk about Space Marines 2, and you get to play as an angel of death for the Imperium. Simple as. Incredibly fun. This game makes you feel very, very powerful. Incredible sort of responsive timing. You've got parries, perfect dodges. What you would expect from playing such a high-powered mutant with power armor, all this sort of stuff. It really does give you that feel of, wow, this is powerful. Very, very good. Not a single issue that I found with any of that sort of stuff. Great thing as well, if you're a bit like me and you prefer a bit of a challenge in a game, they've got multitude of difficulties. Obviously, you've got like beginner, intro, stuff like that. Ruthless, lethal, or absolute. Absolute being the hardest, kind of in the name. And what I do really like is they lock that behind lethality. So you have to complete a lethal mission before it will let you do an absolute mission. I do like that because it means you can't just be carried through immediately to get the cosmetics and whatnot. Stuff like that. But generally, if you want to play as a badass, pretty much god almost, that's exactly what it makes you feel like. It's exactly what you would expect from being a Space Marine. You know, you get that power, that response. You've got a huge arsenal of weapons, like bolt rifles, bolt pistols, plasma pistols, heavy pistols, the chainsaw blade, which is obviously one of my personal favorites that you can probably see in the gameplay on that this is over. Hugely fun. You get all the cool finishes as well. See, there's so many unique finishers. You've got chainsaw finishers. You've got normal pistol finish. Not pistol finishers. Sorry, I'm having a moment. You got the blade finishers. Like you got even just multiple types of blades. You got the normal blade, combat blade, short blade, large sword, plasma sword. There's something for everyone. Even if you don't like that sort of stuff, it's hard to not enjoy stabbing a Tyrannid and then just chainsawing them in half. That is what Warhammer is. In the Grimdark, that's what you need. You will see in this gameplay a lot of the times I do, unfortunately, not very well. But you can ignore that. Just listen to what I'm saying instead. But yeah, generally, great feeling all around. You feel very powerful, very strong. It's a very responsive combat as well. One of the main things that I did really enjoy about Space Marines 2 was the story. Now, whether you're a veteran of the industry and you know all about the Grimdark, you know the Eldar, the Tyranids, the heretics, who the Emperor is, what he stood for, the Horus Heresy, whatever point you know, even if you just know what a Space Marine is, even if you don't know what a Space Marine is, the campaign is for you. There are parts and things that you might not understand or quite grasp if you don't know anything about the Grimdark or Warhammer. Even if you don't know anything, you will still enjoy it. If you have a very basic fundamental knowledge of it, you'll pick everything up. You don't need to know who Titus is or his history or what the Death Watch is, anything like that. You will pick it up. Most of it does get explained to you. Obviously, there are some things that won't be explained to you because that would kind of extend the game time a bit too long. But generally, incredible story, very captivating, and it's nice to see a AAA game title released like this with really good quality campaign story, anything like that, and replayability as well. As I mentioned previously, you've got the difficulty ratings, all that sort of stuff. It really does give you another feel to play the game through. If you played it the first time on, beginner difficulty because you weren't 100% sure and you breeze through it, go back, play it again. Go to veteran difficulty or, challenge yourself, go to the hardest difficulty. I promise you, yes, it's the same story. That's not going to change. But it feels like a different game. When you're playing the basic difficulty and, you've got 5 to 10 Tyranids swarming you, you can quite easily handle them. You are a Space Marine. But when you're playing that hardest difficulty and you've got 30, 40, 50 Tyranids all swarming you, you've got mini bosses, field bosses, and proper big bosses all attacking you at the same time, it's gonna feel like a different game. You're not gonna think, oh, I'm just playing the same thing again. You're gonna feel that difference, and it's amazing, incredible feeling. And to have that option is just it's great. The campaign is perfect. Obviously, well, I say perfect. There are a few things that do feel a little bit repetitive and some parts that feel a little bit more dragged out than they needed to be. But if you just bide your time, play through them, it's an incredibly rewarding experience, and it's got very good just standing the whole way through. And a really good ending as well. Obviously, if you haven't played it yet, don't worry. There are no ending spoilers in here for you. So you don't need to worry. Watch this, then go play it. That's fine. I'm not going to tell you what happens at the end. So, one of my favourite things about any game, call me a diva, but I don't care, is customization. I love to make my character my own. It makes playing any game feel just that little bit better. You're getting to play your own character, getting to play someone who you've created, rather than obviously just a standard, this is a Marine, yada yada. Now, the campaign, yes, you play as Titus. There's not a huge amount of customization there, if any, really. There's a DLC pack, I think, that it gives you a couple of extra cosmetic pieces, but really, campaign-wise, you play as Titus, Ultramarine, classic blue armor, you've got the Death Watch symbols. That's about it. And that's fine, because that's the campaign. That's the story you're playing. You're not playing your character, you're playing Titus, and you're playing through what he experienced during this period. And that's fine, I get that. That doesn't bother me. However, online, the extra co-op parts, the customization is incredibly advanced. You've got so many different options. You've got a pauldron from loads of different chapters. You've got Space Wolves, Blood Angels, Dark Angels. There's so many extra things that you can do. And something that I do really, really like is you actually unlock these as you're playing the game. Not necessarily the individual chapter ones. Those are vastly locked behind DLCs, which I really, really enjoyed those as well. There's obviously not gameplay, but it's the customization you get for them. So you got Dark Angel DLCs, which allow you to unlock all the Dark Angel pauldrons, shins, anything like that, bodywork. But you just playing through the game, you unlock different armor sets, and that kind of is your show of how far, what you've done in the game, how many missions you've done, how many online games you've done, stuff like that. It's like you could get, like in this gameplay, the back piece that I'm wearing that's not obviously stock. You have to do a few missions, kind of work your way up, and then you unlock them. And that's exactly what I've done, and that's what I'm wearing. That's why I'm wearing it, to kind of show that I've done it. Now, that's not a very advanced one, don't get me wrong, but it's just a symbol here, and this is where I get fucked up. But let's ignore that. Let's just keep going. So the customization, campaign-wise, you play as Titus, that's it. You play as Titus, you have his armor, that's it. Simple as. Co-op, you've got absolutely loads of options. You've got so many different things, and what I do really enjoy is it's not locked to chapter, so you don't have to wear all Blood Angels or all Dark Angels or all Space Wolves. You've got a huge variety of them, and you do mix and match them. Even here, I'm wearing a Death Watch left pauldron, I'm wearing a Blood Angel on my right, and then I'm wearing Dark Angel chest piece. You can mix and match anything you want. If your character can wear it, done. Problem solved. And obviously you've got the colour, stuff like that, patterns for your armour, all that sort of stuff. Now, I know it's not important to everyone, but to those who it is, we do really, really appreciate that kind of level of detail. And they look incredible. You know, all these things, they've clearly had a lot of thought put into them. Care, consideration. Someone sat there and gone, you know what, this is what this should look like, this is what this could look like, this is how we can make that really, really good. And I really appreciate it. It means a lot to see that sort of stuff being put in, a real sense of care and efficiency into it. So the main difference between the campaign and the co-op missions are something that I personally love. You've got the campaign, it's a straight arrow, you go point to point, completing missions. Simple as. Same as obviously any other story game. But what this game does, a little bit different, which I haven't seen in many games, if any, I can't remember off the top of my head, is after you complete the campaign or during it, I would recommend completing the whole campaign before you do any co-op missions. But you do the whole campaign and you go step by step and you see all that's happening. Obviously, you do everything you do. Then in the co-op missions, you actually play as the people who help you during the campaign. So let's say you're defeating a hive tyrant and you've set all the bombs, everything like that, and you don't actually fight the hive tyrant. Let's just say, for example. Then in the co-op missions, you would then be the person who was there after the bombs went off and then fought the hive tyrant, and you actually get to fight that hive tyrant. Absolutely beautiful concept, and I really, really enjoyed this because I love playing all sides and all facets of the game rather than just, oh yeah, this is this, and oh, we had to do this but we didn't get to because this other person did it for us, whatever. But you actually get to go back and do those individual things. Great concept. I really, really enjoyed that. It shows that it wasn't, parts weren't skipped due to laziness or anything like that. It was obviously keep the campaign a little bit shorter, more manageable, and then for those that did want to go and do those other things that are maybe a bit harder or a little bit more nuanced that not everyone will be interested in, you get to go and do those. Obviously, it's all choice, no requirements to complete the story, which is what I really, really like. It gives you that sense of, oh, I went back and I actually did this. Absolutely beautiful concept. I did really, really enjoy this. Now, these have just been my opinions on what makes this game really, really good for me. Obviously, I get not everyone's going to agree. Everyone's going to have their own opinions and own sides to this. Let me know in the comments if there are any things that you thought made the game great, anything you thought could have been improved. Because obviously, I'm just one person. These are just the things that I enjoy about games. But I would love to hear if you guys enjoyed it, if you guys thought it could have been better, anything like that. So I always like to hear what everyone else has to think. Because unfortunately, no one I know really plays this game. So yeah, let me know if you thought good, great, if you liked the same things I liked, if you thought maybe some of the things that I liked, maybe you didn't like. You know, give me your opinions. I would genuinely like to know. But yeah, on that note, I think that's everything from me. But I appreciate you all watching. See, I do love this game, but I would like to hear your opinions as well. See, objective opinions from me, not always correct. You know, it's just opinions. But I've really enjoyed making this video. So let me know in the comments. Yeah, and obviously I am a smaller creator. Let me know if there are things that you think I could do better, because I am really looking to improve, and I'm very, very new to this. So let me know. You know, any feedback is greatly appreciated. But on that note, it's been a pleasure, guys. I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you.